So
and be
welcome.
time.
Thank you. So welcome CD7. So this is a really important district. It's Abigail Spanberger's old district, and we know that she's running for governor. So let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and get kicked off. So Catherine, when you tell me you're ready, we're gonna start with Andrea.
Let's go, Andrea. Go.
All right.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's exciting to be back with you. I am Andrea Bailey, and I am running for Congressional District 7. And my favorite word is servanthood, with a little caveat of faith. And what I mean by that is that I am motivated by the experience that I bring to the table for this district. What that means to me is taking a little girl from St. Louis, Missouri, raised by a single parent, but in a 4-generation home, who taught her the value of voting, who taught her the value of good health care, who taught her the value of just fighting for your community, no matter what. And so I bring that to the table as a veteran's wife, 23 years in the Marine Corps, serving nationally and internationally. And I'm running for this race to save our democracy, to bring back those servant entities with a democratic strong arm, to make sure that we are serving our community while we're fighting for our democracy. I am currently the supervisor in Prince William County. Thank you. And please support me.
Thank you so much, Andrea. So I'm looking at the screen. So I'm going to say that I don't see Carl. So I'm going to go to Elizabeth Guzman, and I think I see her down here.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Elizabeth, your video is not working at the moment.
I don't know what's going on. I'm in a public place, but we can go with voice. That's not a problem. I'm sorry, but I'm in the midst of the campaign trail, and I'm in a public network. So, but if you guys could hear me okay, that is fine with me.
All right, we can hear you. So Catherine, you want to let her ready? Go.
Okay, well, hello, everyone. The very reason I got involved in politics was to defend our democratic values. When Republicans in Prince William County passed a racist policy targeting people like me and my family, I led the effort to repeal it and helped flip the Board of Supervisors and the school board. The 2016 election of Donald Trump and his anti-immigrant rhetoric was a turning point. My son, born and raised in Virginia, feared we may have to leave our home. Seeing his fear ignited a fire in me to safeguard our freedoms. That is why I ran for delegate in 2017 and joined the unstoppable and badass women from Network Nova and show Virginia what grassroots was capable of, and flip a seat held by Republicans for 26 years by double digits. I introduced over 100 bills in Richmond, including collective bargaining and paid sick leave with me as
There we go. You get it. You got your minute in, your hot minute, and we're sorry we don't see you. Elizabeth, we know you're hot on the trail. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
We do. And so now if we're ready. Thank you, Elizabeth. Now we're going to go to Margaret. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Catherine, let's go.
Wait, yep. I hold on one second. Let me cancel that and let's start again. We're ready for Margaret Franklin. Great. Welcome. Let's get started.
Well, thank you all. Thank you, ladies. And thank you for allowing us to be here. I am Margaret Franklin. I currently sit on the Prince William County Board of Supervisors, and I am running for the 7th Congressional District. I am running because I understand the challenges that working families face. I grew up in a single family household where my father raised my sister and I when my mother passed away from colon cancer. From there, I understood the challenges that he faced with regards to healthcare costs. And so I'm pushing to reduce healthcare costs, to expand access to healthcare. I'm also focusing on education, public safety, and of course, women's reproductive health. I'm running for this office because I have the experience from working on Capitol Hill for 8 years in both the House and the Senate. And also I've been effective on the local board by creating a child advocacy center, also leading the effort on affordable housing and creating a housing trust fund to the tune of $25 million. So hoping that I can count on you all support because I understand the issues that working families face, and looking forward to meeting all of you on the campaign trail. We'll put our information in the chat and hoping you can support. Thank you.
Woo, on the money. All right. How about that?
Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're going to go next to Brianna. Hi, Brianna. How are you?
So well, thank you. So good to see everybody.
It's good to see you too. So Catherine, when you are ready, let us know.
Let's go.
Great. Whether it be supporting postcard programs in homes, church basements, coffee shops, or grocery stores, or assisting with the coordination of the Women's Summit, or speaking on the main stage with my badass colleagues, encouraging you to get up, stand up, and act up. It is always a pleasure to join our friends here at Network Nova and the rest of the grassroots community. My word for our campaign is commitment. A commitment is a promise. And as your next Congresswoman, I am committed to supporting an assault weapons ban. I am committed to fighting for reproductive freedom. I'm committed to ensuring that our farmers and small businesses have the resources that they need and investing in an economy that works for all. And I am committed to protecting an environment and our open space. But most importantly, I'm committed to listening to the needs and the desires of the 7th Congressional District and representing the vision in Washington. Join Team Sewell today. We are running a true grassroots campaign and we'll be honored to have you.
Woo! I love that little beeper. Thank you, Brianna, so much. And CD7. So thank you. And if you could stick around, we understand that you guys are busy. So if you all have to hop, we understand. I want to say a few things about CD7 and to the team in the room. Michelle McKinney is our community builder up there. We have some candidates that aren't here yet. If anybody can ping them or make sure that if they're having any issues, if you go ahead and see if you can follow up with some of them. In the meantime, how are you feeling, Fennell? How are we doing?
I am feeling good, and I am really truly inspired by what I've heard from all of the candidates, and I hope our audience is inspired too. And I think this is what this was intended to do, to let you know that we have fantastic people, and we should be really, really proud of them all.
I know it is amazing to see our bench. And if you've been in this thing, people in this room have been around doing this for 20, 30 years. We've only started since 17. Again, I can't say enough to make sure people know about the work we're doing, that we love to do to help people win, from postcards, door knocking, texting, and from the Women's Summit. Make sure you're signed up for that. We want you in the room. We have a candidate room where if you're in the room right now listening to us, if you're on the Spotify listening to us, we will have a candidate room. The only breakout at the Women's Summit is going to be investing in our bench because investing in the bench, investing in candidates, campaigns. If you're on a committee or if you work on a campaign, contact us, get a ticket. We have Lisa Savalia heading up that candidate room. That's going to be the hot place to be. And if you've won or lost, it doesn't matter. Over the years, our favorite people are people that stay in the game for our party. But we just want to make sure now we have your attention. And we also have, as an activist, a full day of programming on Friday and Saturday. That was just a little plug. How did I do?
I think you did great on the plug, but I wanted to go back to the candidate room because it can be for campaign managers. It is everything you ever wanted to know about being a candidate. And we always think we know everything, but there's always something new to learn from each other, but also from the great folks that we have running that room and who will be providing information and guidance in the room. So I'm really excited about that. The
people that have been running will get great advice for the candidates in 2025. So we're looking at, all the way to the governorship people. We have to make sure. Let's get back to our next area of the map, which we know is Jennifer Wexton's map. And that's a really story for us. We got our start in 2017. That was a red area, folks. Barbara Comstock was there. And guess what we did? We took our little bags and we went out there and we parked it in the middle of this red area, right? Yeah, bring up the guest from the CD10. Jennifer Wexton, we got her elected. We got Spanberger elected. We got Elaine Lurie elected. And now we just want to say a great word for Jennifer Wexton. She's somebody we all admire. And she has now stepping down because of health reasons. And stepping up is a great bunch of folks who want to make sure that we do some good out in Loudoun and continue doing good. So again, Fennell, am I the timer?
I'm the timer.
Oh, I'm the person. Okay.
You're the person. I'm the timer.
I love it. Okay, you're good. Okay, I want to make sure you got it. You got it up. Okay, so we're going again in alphabetical order. And first up with your hot minute, if you can get her ready, is going to be Jennifer Boysko. Are you ready for? Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you so much. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's start again. Okay, go ahead.
It's so great to be here on the Power Lunch again. I love you guys and have enjoyed working with you over the years. I have been involved in politics my whole adult life. For nearly a decade, I've represented about 200,000 people who live within the 10th Congressional District. And this is my 10th race in 11 years. I've been outspent 3-1 in a number of my races, so I know how to fight. This year, I want you to know that this is a tough race, but I am someone who leads with my heart and with my values. I've been able to get a lot of stuff done. I've passed 62 bills in my time in the General Assembly, and I do that without bullying other people, without manipulating people, and without cutting deals. You know who I am, you see me, that's what you get. And I will always work collaboratively with people. I'm the recognized champion on repro rights in the Senate. I have been working to pass the constitutional amendment and to protect our access to contraception. I'm also standing up for—
Got your minute. Sorry, Jennifer. Hey, I just don't want to interrupt. I want to interrupt, but I don't want to interrupt. Fennell, are you frozen? We apologize. We have technical difficulties. Robin, I see Fennell is maybe frozen at 10 seconds. So Jennifer, finishing up the Champion Reproductive Rights, thank you for your hot minute. And I want to make sure that we move on, but let's see if I can get Fennell back. And I saw that we do have some candidates entering the room. Thank you for I'll just go ahead and be the timer as well. How about that? Okay, Eileen Fillercorn, great to have you back in the room. Great to have you here. Thank you for your time. Are you ready for your hot minute?
I'm ready, Catherine.
Oh, let's go. Let's roll. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back with you all. Robin, Sarah, Catherine, Fennell, wonderful. I'm Eileen Fillercorn, the 56th Speaker of the Virginia House of Delegates, and I'm running for Congress because now more than ever, we need women on the front lines defending our rights and our freedom. First as a mom, then in the federal offices for the Governors Mark Warner and Tim Kaine, and then as delegate and the first woman to serve as Speaker of the House. My mission has always been to protect our families. As the first woman to be Speaker, I took on Republicans. I led the charge to roll back extreme right-wing abortion restrictions. I protected our democracy, holding election deniers accountable. Now it's time to take that fight to Congress to codify Roe and protect our democracy. We need a leader with the courage and the know-how to hit the ground running on day one. Someone proven, effective, tested, and a leader like me. I believe on that candidate, and I'm not alone in that belief. That's why I've got Ralph Northam endorsing me, and Mark Herring, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro, Congressman Jamie Raskin, and so many others. They know that in Congress, I'll have the courage to fight for issues like securing abortion access, expanding voting rights, and defending our democracy. Thanks so much.
Thank you. That was a hot minute. I love it. Thank you, Eileen Fillercorn, and I appreciate you coming in. If you want to stick around, just please do. And next up, let's go around. Boy, this is a big contested field. I'm so glad you're all here. It's great to see you all. We're going to go to somebody I have never had the pleasure to meet, Marion DeVoe. We're glad to have you here on the Power Lunch. Just want to make sure you're comfortable with hundreds of people watching you, and I'm so glad you stepped up to run. You have a minute. I'm going to start your clock. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's go, Marion. Go.
Okay, I'm Marion DeVoe. I'm running for Congress, and I am the barrier shielding the Virginia voters from career politician. I myself, I'm not a career politician. I'm a public service and have been for over 30 years. I'm also the only real Vietnam combat veteran in this particular run. So I'm advocating for affordable housing, women reproductive rights, gun violence prevention, and our border safety. I'm running for Congress to make life better for all Americans, not just that 1%. I have a passion about Americans across the board. And I have a passion for all Americans and making life better for everyone, particularly with affordable housing. I'm looking at running for Congress to make things better in the rural areas of Virginia. I'm not going to ignore the rural part of Virginia like some of the candidates have. I'm hoping that you will support me in my run for Congress to make life better for all Americans, all Virginians. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And let's remind everybody in the room that we're here with this great candidate power hour, getting everybody a chance. This is CD10 if you've just tuned in with the candidates running. And we want to give this a chance for candidates to shine and dazzle and be in a positive light with their their people that are running, and talking about yourself in a way that really makes us feel positive about being a Democrat. So next up, I want to welcome, in alphabetical order, Delegate Dan Helmer. Welcome. And you ready for your hot minute? Give me 1 second, Dan.
I am, Catherine. Can you hear me? Yeah,
I can. I want to get my timer started, and I lost my pal Fennell Norton, so it's all me. So let's go. You have a hot minute, Dan. Go.
Well, I am so happy to be back with you all. I am Dan Helmer, the Democrat endorsed by the Washington Post for the 10th Congressional District. Serving in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, I saw what happens when extremists trample on people's rights, which is why after the attacks on January 6th, I wrote the bill to ban January 6th insurrectionists from serving in office. And when extreme Republicans sought to deny access to safe and legal abortion, I led the effort as our campaign's chair to successfully flipped the House for the first time in 60 years when the other party had the governor's mansion, courtesy of all of the doors and money that you guys helped knock and raise over the last couple of years. I am proud to be standing up to make sure we fight to protect ourselves against threats to our democracy, protect our rights against attacks by extremists, make sure we keep dangerous weapons off our streets, and take the fight that I've brought to the State House for our values to Congress. Please visit our website, danhelmer.com, volunteer, send resources. Let's go make sure we hold the tap.
All right, Dan, thank you so much. And if you could stay in the room, please do. Glad that you're here. And next up, we've had Crystal Call here. And Crystal, are you ready? I want to make sure I get my timer ready. Thank you for being here. You ready? Want to unmute so I make sure I can hear your voice, Crystal? It's okay. Can you go ahead? We have.
Sorry, it was saying you had to unmute me. It wasn't letting me do it.
I did. Yeah. Look at me. I guess I could boss everybody around. It's okay. Look, I lost Fennell. I don't know where she is. I'm sure she's going to come back from that broadband down on the Eastern Shore. But let me make sure you have your minute. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's go. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for having me today. I love the energy in the room. I am Crystal Call. I'm the only woman from Loudoun who's running in this race. I am the daughter and granddaughter of Indian immigrants. My grandfather came to this country to pursue the American dream, and I wish to give that back to folks here in VA 10. I really lived the VA 10 story. I was a former director at the Department of Defense in the highest civilian rank. I broke a lot of barriers to get there. I worked closely with Secretary Mattis, but I stepped down when I was under the Trump administration and I saw MAGA extremism taking over, and I am running to fight back against that. So I have served with the CIA Emerging Trends Technology. I led the ISIS Crisis Counterterrorism Cell under our current Secretary of Defense, Secretary Austin. I'm a national security Democrat. I have spent my life protecting this country. I want to fight for reproductive health freedoms, having worked with UN Women Headquarters, gun safety, having lived in conflict zones, and fighting MAGA extremism. Thank you for having me today, and I hope I can count on your support. Thank you.
Right at the minute. It's so great. So thank you for making time to be here today, Crystal. And next up, Mark Layton. Mark, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you before, and I'm so glad. Welcome to the Friday Power Lunch. I hope you're all ready with your hot minute. And I do want to say this is a great opportunity, folks, in this room to get to know the heart and soul of some of our people. And so, Mark, not a lot of pressure, but you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mark Layton. Excuse me. I'm a librarian. I am a longtime Democratic volunteer. Let me tell you about my ambition for this seat. I think the best politicians are the ones who are thought leaders, the ones who are pushing a policy agenda. And that's what I aspire to in this role. I, for example, was the first person in the race to say that we should conditionalize military aid to Israel because they weren't doing enough to protect civilians. And that's rapidly becoming Democratic Party policy. So when you're out there and you take the lead on an issue and events prove you right, then that gives you a lot of credibility, and it gives you kind of a soft power that gives you a credibility. And I think that this is what this seat needs, because this is one of the most politically sophisticated districts in the country. And I think we should be a thought leader, and we should elect somebody like that. John F. Kennedy said, when I was a representative, I didn't know the power I had. So let's elect someone who knows that power.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Mark. And I hope you come back again to the Power Lunch and join our community. Oh, next up, and I want to say, just so people in the audience knows, Fennell has her power back. So thank goodness for that. I did okay with my timer, Fennell, just so you know, I didn't freak out.
I am so sorry. My power went out. So thank God for a generator.
Yeah, where you're in CD2, you need to have some congressional people help you get that broadband down there. And I want to say that we have Eugene Vidman up on the screen, and you're in CD7. Eugene, we'll come back to you after we go through CD2. Thank you for being here. So just hold tight with us on the screen. We're happy to have you. Do you want me to time, Fennell?
I got the timer. I got my timer and I'm ready when you're ready.
Okay, so Michelle Maldonado is up next. Make sure you unmute, and let's go ahead. You have your hot minute.
Hi, thank you so much. It is amazing to be back. It's always electric here. And I just have to say that I am so motivated running for CD10 after spending time having the gift of representing folks in District 50 and now District 20. These unprecedented attacks on reproductive rights, contraceptive care, voting rights, DEI, affirmative action, our environment, all of those things are unacceptable. And we have fires all around the world, the Middle East, the genocide in Sudan, Haiti. We need people who can day one come and help bring skill sets that navigate polarized places and bring people together, have extreme and deep technical experience, which I do through the AI and the new and emerging technologies. I have worked to establish our Technology and Innovation Caucus, our AI work group, sit on a national steering committee. This is a moment in time where we need people who understand this 360 to help our nation and our people. I also want to work on housing. There's so much that's happening. I ask you to vote for me and to learn more about us.
It's just, again, the energy you guys are giving this room and the confidence. Next up, Travis Nemhard. Travis, all right, I want to make sure you're unmuted and I hear your voice before I want to make sure you got your full minute.
Testing.
Testing. Welcome, Travis. Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
All right. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you guys for having me. I'm going to try to cram a lot in here. Son of 2 Jamaican immigrants, one of 6 boys raised to my parents and my 2 little ones, and my wife, who's a public school teacher here in the district, are the reason I'm running to build a pipeline for the next generation of leaders. I bring a broad swath of experience, despite being the youngest candidate in the race. A former judge, former financial regulator, former legislative counsel, assistant attorney general, and working on various civil rights matters as well. I also have experience running last year in House delegates race, thanks to many of you on this call and your support. There we had outperformed expectations, outperformed even President Biden by 14 points, had the highest youth early vote turnout in the state, had raised $2.4 million and deployed that just a few months ago. And Governor Youngkin spent election day in our district. We're going to need someone who can inspire the Black community, making history as the first ever African-American in Northern Virginia's history, Latino community and the youth community. Happy to answer.
Ooh, look, you even got muted. How about that? We're pretty good here, aren't we? I am just so excited, Travis, to see you again. It's been a little while, but thank you for being here. And next up, David Reed. I want to make sure I hear your lovely voice before we set the timer. How are you doing, David?
I'm fine, Catherine. Is this working?
Yes, you sound great. All right, go ahead. Your hot minute.
Okay, thanks very much, Catherine, you, Stair, Fennell, and all of the folks from Network Nova, because it's just absolutely fantastic. This is like old home week, because again, y'all helped me get elected in 2017, winning by the largest margin of victory against an incumbent Republican, getting 59% of the vote, and no one has beaten that margin of victory since then. I'm going to talk about 2 of the questions. One, why you got into this race, and also what and how it motivates my democratic values. I want to tell you that it's like when I was a junior in college, thinking back on the previous 10 years of my life, recognizing that I had grown up very poor and was on the cusp of becoming the first person in my family to get a college degree, I decided that I owed something back to the nation that had given me so much. That's why I joined the Navy in 1988, why I ran for delegate in 2017, and why I'm now running for Congress in 2024. All of those life experiences inform who I am as a person and who I am as a delegate, and I would greatly appreciate everyone's support as we go into the primary on June 18th. So thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much. Great to see you too. What I love about the Zoom, it allows us, we never knew we had the ruby slippers to see each other, and now we do. It's really built our power and community. So for now, thank you, David. If you could stick around. If not, we understand y'all are busy people. And Eugene Vidman is here, and from CD7, we've heard from your colleagues. You didn't have that's good. You're sort of, now you
Technical
can.
difficulties. Apologies.
It's okay. We had, if you know what's happening in the room, we lost Fennell for a while with technical difficulties. So it's part of Zoom world. So thank you for being here, and your mic sounds good. You sound good. Fennell, give him his minute, and welcome, Eugene.
Thank you, Catherine. So I'm Eugene Vidman. I'm a husband, a father, a vet, an immigrant. My family came to this country. 5 of us, we had less than $800 in our pocket. And I'm proud to say that now I'm living the American dream. I spent 25 years in the Army. I stood up to Donald Trump. I reported his corruption, and that threat to democracy is not over yet. And so I'm fighting to preserve democracy, protect reproductive rights, and get politics out of the classroom. I'm proud to have been endorsed by the Washington Post recently, and I put together really a humbling grassroots campaign. So I'll pause there and reserve the remainder of my time for Memorial Day to remember those veterans that are not with us.
Thank you, Eugene. We're good. You did your hot minute. Well, it's great you're here, and thank you for that reminder as we head into the Memorial Day weekend. Thank you for that, and thank you for being here. And if you want to stick around, please do. We have an after chat after 1:00. If we know you guys are busy, if you have to pop off. I have a couple questions for the team.